to suspend your thinking on black men in this country, particularly street life-oriented black men. I think any black man, for that matter, to be able to sit there and block out centuries of socialization about black men, I think that's hard for black people. I think if you go into the hood, to the ghetto, to the block, to find black people who don't struggle with stereotypes of black people. That's what Franz Fanon basically is writing, right? For those of us who know who he is. But he's writing about Africans. You know what I mean? He's like, he's surprised that the oppression would evolve in this kind of way. So I say all that to say this, I probably still struggle with my stereotypes too. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest, I'm a black man and I'm from the community and I should be understanding. But if I don't catch myself, I'll think about them or say certain things about them. Same deal with Du Bois. He is probably their greatest hero. At the same time, he's also struggling with working with them and thinking about them and conceptualizing them. So I don't necessarily see it as diametrically opposed, but it's actually consistent of a lived experience. Yeah?
Just from what I know about Du Bois, he actually considered himself white up until he went to college. And he was the only, like, it's really kind of silly, but he was told to stop dancing. So, like, that was why he was like, oh, I guess I'm black, because they told me to stop dancing. Like, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But, so, yeah. So.
Really quickly, sir, I'll say this. Just get this in your notes real fast with regard to middle class, and we'll pick up from Du Bois. Please read Du Bois, and we can have a more healthy conversation. But I will say this. Du Bois, what he said about the black middle class. Lots of this is written about the black middle class. They were used, that group, to feed both poor Negroes or poor black people in Philadelphia, as well as whites. That's how he framed and captured them. The black middle class, in many respects, still operates in the same way in the 21st century. All right? So they were this funny little group in the middle. We didn't have the kind of class complexity that we have now, and for the most part, they were used in many respects to feed or offer opportunity to poor blacks, and used by wealthier whites. So there was lots and lots of class tension that existed in Philadelphia from the 1700s to the 1800s. And so as you can imagine, and we'll read this when we get back, but it didn't get along. The last thing is this: the types of jobs that considered you, or the types of jobs that made you middle class during that time. I just want to mention them. I just want to run them all. Now we can say, we can be a CEO for some computer company, and that somehow defines our middle classness, right? Didn't have those kind of jobs back then. So being a caterer was middle class back then in Philadelphia. Being a teacher was middle class back then in Philadelphia. Being a merchant, or clerk, or cashier. They didn't have cashier, but registers, but selling things at a store. Back then, shoot, you were rich. What else? And then definitely you had the more educated, right? So you had the educated elite, such as the W.E.B. Du Boises. And that was a small, rare, but real class of black folk.